All right, welcome to another episode of the Ridiculously Lame Wrestling Show. I am Robert Lentini. We're going to be going over the December 13th episode of WWE SmackDown. It was the final episode of SmackDown before Saturday night's main event tomorrow night at the Nassau Coliseum. 4 title matches and Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event. Really looking forward to that show. I'll be doing a review of that tomorrow night. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. But let's go over SmackDown because I thought this was a really entertaining show. I didn't enjoy the opening promo, though. We'll start there. Jimmy Uso kicked off the show. He's injured. He's walking with crutches. Cuts a promo saying, he doesn't know what the future holds for him. He'll be out for a bit. He's, loves his family. Happy they reunited at Survivor Series War Games and defeated Solo Sikoa's faction. And, as he's about to wrap up his promo, he gets claymored in the face from Drew McIntyre, who's returned recently. He's targeting the Usos. He already attacked Jey Uso, and he's attacked Sami Zayn. He'll be facing him tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event, as I just mentioned. But he's going after the Usos and Sami Zayn because they agreed to work with Roman Reigns again after everything that Roman Reigns has done to them in the past. He can't believe it, and he said, at least CM Punk took a bribe. So McIntyre versus Sami Zayn tomorrow night. Got a little more build to that. No Sami Zayn on this show. He didn't get revenge. But I'm looking forward to McIntyre versus Sami Zayn tomorrow night. But I don't think there's a chance in hell that Sami Zayn wins this match. Scottish Warrior is definitely defeating him tomorrow night. But yeah. Cool. It's just great to have McIntyre back, and it sure looks like we're heading toward a feud between McIntyre and Roman Reigns down the line, but Roman Reigns has bigger fish to fry right now. We'll get to that match announcement later in this review. We finally got a development in the Jade Cargill Women's Tag Team Championship storyline. Jade Cargill was brutally attacked last month. We don't know by who yet. She was slammed on top of a car. She was supposed to be in the Women's United States Championship tournament. She was replaced in that. She was supposed to be in the Women's War Games match. She was replaced by Bayley. People throwing accusations around left and right. Was it Bianca Belair? Was it Naomi? I think it might be Naomi after tonight because Nick Aldis spoke with Bianca Belair and Naomi backstage. Belair was like, who attacked Jade Cargill? And Aldis was like, we're doing this investigation. We have no idea, essentially is what he said. But I'm going to have to take those titles away from you guys if you can't defend them. And Naomi all of a sudden was like, well, Bianca Belair's never had to relinquish a title in her life, and she's not going to start now. I'll step in. I'll be Jade Cargill's replacement. And Bianca Belair agreed. We know they'll be defending the titles next week, and we know who they'll be defending the titles against. We'll get to that later as well. There's another huge storyline development there. But I think Naomi has set up to herself to replace Jade Cargill in this tag team. I think she attacked Jade Cargill because she was jealous and she wants to be in the tag team with Bianca Belair. That's my theory at this moment. I'm still waiting for any updates on when Jade Cargill will return. Maybe we'll see her next week. Furious about Naomi trying to replace her, or maybe she'll go after Bianca Belair. Maybe the EST was the one who attacked her. Who knows? But this was an entertaining segment. I'm enjoying the mystery, even though they're barely touching on it, but I'm enjoying it. Tiffany Stratton backstage. She has like a Christmas gear on. Looks great. She's interrupted by WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. They're kind of condescending. We'll get more of that later tonight. The kind of, if you win that Women's United States Championship, you don't even need the women's Money in the Bank. Nia Jax is like, you don't want to win a title by like cheating, do you? And Candice LeRae was like, I'm sure you'll win this tournament. She's facing Mia Yim later tonight. We'll get into that match in a little bit. DIY and Motor City Machine Guns got black and white vignettes tonight. DIY boasting about capturing the title, saying they always deserve them, and Gargano's like, I'm glad Motor City Machine Guns finally got their flowers, but unfortunately it was at their funeral. I remember that line. That was a good one. And Motor City Machine Guns later in the night responded, also in a black and white vignette. It was weird. And Alex Shelley said, Johnny Gargano, next week you're going to learn that you are still the student and I am the teacher, something along those lines. I'm pretty sure it's just Alex Shelley versus Gargano. That's what I got out of these promos. We'll see. Roman Reigns got a video promo tonight. Paul Heyman was behind him doing this the entire time. He said Solo Sikoa took the Ulafala from him. He earned the Ulafala 4 years ago. Solo Sikoa did not. He's taking it from him. But on January 6th, the Raw debut on Netflix, he's going to take it back. And it's a tribal combat match He's not only going to win the Ulafala back, but he's also going to get his respect back. And once that happens, everyone will have no choice but to acknowledge him. So a nice little promo by Roman Reigns here. That's a huge match for the next Netflix debut. Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief is how they're billing it. A tribal combat match, which I don't know what that means other than that it's just an actual match or maybe no DQ. They did that with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso at SummerSlam 2023. I don't remember it being this outlandish stipulation other than just it's the battle for who's the head of the bloodline. It's just a singles match to see who's the head of the bloodline, who's the true Tribal Chief. Really cool promo. These Roman Reigns segments are a little overdone with the dramatic music and everything, but you cannot deny they're shot exceptionally well. Los Lotharios, Santos Escobar's faction, approached Nick Aldis backstage. This transfer window, they're suggesting they're not happy on SmackDown. Nick Aldis isn't utilizing them correctly. Maybe they'll be more happy on Raw with Adam Pearce. Maybe. I don't really care about Los Lotharios at this point. I think Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo both insanely talented. Same with Santos Escobar, but this faction just has never worked. They've never given it a chance. I don't think a brand switch is going to do much for Los Lotharios at this point. I could be wrong, but I'd just disband them and to have Garza and Carrillo just be a tag team. Have Santos Escobar just be a singles competitor with Elektra Lopez as his manager. That's what I would do. Carmelo Hayes, SmackDown's first-round draft pick, was booked against a mystery opponent tonight. Nick Aldis getting sick of Hayes' attitude backstage and storyline, so he booked him against a new star. Wound up being Braun Strowman. So he returned and beat the shit out of Hayes and hit him with a running power slam and won in like 90 seconds. Absolutely hated this. I like Braun Strowman. He's fine, but I don't view him as this mega star, and I don't understand what they're doing with Hayes. It's like, let's wrestle Cody Rhodes, put up a great fight, and then get squashed by Braun Strowman. I don't understand that. He just fought Cody Rhodes last month on SmackDown and had a decent match with him. Looked like he didn't belong in the ring with Braun Strowman. There's a million other people on the roster that could have had a squash match for Braun Strowman. Maybe they have bigger plans for Carmelo Hayes, or maybe they've just cooled off on him. We'll see, but I did not like this segment at all. After the match, Pretty Deadly wanted Braun Strowman to be in Pretty Deadly, the musical. He declined, but he'll be on The Grayson Waller Effect next week. You know, can't wait. LA Knight cut a promo before his match against Solo Sikoa, and he referred to the Ulafala as the Ufalala or something ridiculous. It was hilarious. But he paid for it because he battled Solo Sikoa in a singles match. Of course, the Bloodline were ringside. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, Bronson Reed and Tonga Loa are injured from the Survivor Series War Games match. So it's just 3 members of the Bloodline right now. And, of course, they interfered. Jacob Fatu had like just a running hip attack against Knight against the barricade. It looked absolutely brutal. And then Solo Sikoa capitalized with the spinning solo and then a Samoan spike in the ring for the pinfall victory. After the match, the Bloodline's beating down Knight. Andrade and Apollo Crews, of all people, show up. I don't know what Cruz is in this storyline for some reason. They got in some offense. Andrade leveled Jacob Fatu, but Solo Sikoa hit him with a Samoan spike, and then the same thing to Apollo Crews, and then posed over everyone. I do not like LA Knight and Andrade being used just as pawns to further the storyline and make Solo Sikoa look strong ahead of his match against Roman Reigns. LA Knight deserves better than this. But yeah. The Bloodline and Solo Sikoa look strong tonight. Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns on January 6th. I have no idea if Roman Reigns will be at Saturday night's main event tomorrow night. He's on a lot of the posters, but it doesn't look like it. But I'm looking forward to that match on January 6th. Another really cool vignette for Shinsuke Nakamura. Vince McMahon had no idea what the hell to do with this guy. They had him lose to AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33 or whatever the hell that was, where he turned him heel with a low blow after the match, one of the most mediocre matches with 2 of the greatest stars of our generation. We got that match with Vince McMahon and that whole shit booking. But Triple H knows how to book Shinsuke Nakamura. It's clear. These vignettes are awesome. He's speaking in his language. He doesn't have to, broken English. And just, he's shitting on LA Knight, shitting on pretty much everyone, saying everyone's going to fall before him. LA Knight was weak. He didn't deserve to be the United States champion, and this is just the beginning. But it was just a very well done vignette. It looked really cool. So I'm happy that Shinsuke Nakamura is back. I'm not happy that LA Knight lost the title to him. I thought they could have extended that rivalry, but maybe they still are after LA Knight's done with this being a pawn in the Bloodline storyline. But yeah, this is a really cool promo by Nakamura. Tiffany Stratton battled Mia Yim tonight in the Women's United States Championship Tournament. Shocking result to me. Makes sense looking back on it and how the storyline's going to go. But Mia Yim won the match clean. Stratton went for a moonsault, the prettiest moonsault ever, but Yim got her knees up and then hit the Eat Defeat for the pinfall victory. After the match, Jax and LeRae talked to Stratton backstage. Jax said, hey, tough night. But some people just aren't meant to be singles champions. Again, very condescending. Candice LeRae shows up, says she talked to Nick Aldis, and it'll be Jax and LeRae facing Naomi and Bianca Belair for the Women's Tag Team Championships next week. So, and then Candice LeRae just, once again, just like, hey, some people aren't just meant to be single stars, and basically just still condescending to Stratton, and they both leave without her, and she's just holding that Money in the Bank briefcase. So they're, hinting that she could cash in next week. I hope she does. Could cash in on the Raw Netflix debut on Liv Morgan. There's a million different ways to go, but it seems way too obvious and just the right move to have Stratton cash in on Nia Jax. So hopefully that happens next week during the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and hopefully we also found out who attacked Jade Cargill during that match as well. Bayley battled Chelsea Green in the Women's United States Championship Tournament. The winner moves on to face Mia Yim as she defeated Tiffany Stratton earlier in the night. This was a very solid match. It went like 10 to 15 minutes. Through a commercial break, back and forth, both, several false finishes. Piper Niven tried to get involved, but in the end, Chelsea Green wound up winning pretty much clean, hit the unprettier, and she advances. She will be facing Mia Yim for the Women's United States Championship at Saturday night's main event tomorrow night. Neither Chelsea Green or Mia Yim have ever won a singles title in WWE. I don't think Mia Yim's even won a Women's Tag Team Championship, to be honest with you. They both deserve this match. It's a cool match. They had that dumpster match a couple months ago on SmackDown with Mia Yim won. I want to see Chelsea Green win. I wouldn't have a problem with Mia Yim winning. She deserves it as well. But Chelsea Green is just wildly entertaining, and she's been like a revelation since she returned. So it's been really entertaining to see, and I'm enjoyed this match, and I think Chelsea Green's walking out of Saturday night's main event as the Women's United States Champion. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes had their final word tonight. Michael Cole was supposed to moderate a segment between the two stars, but of course Kevin Owens didn't show up. Cody Rhodes is just alone in the ring with Michael Cole, so Cole asked, hey, so what was that special gift that Triple H gave you earlier this week? The game gave Cody Rhodes a giant box, and when he opened it, it glowed. It's probably the Winged Eagle title that he's going to use for only one night at Saturday night's main event tomorrow night. But Kevin Owens then interrupted from his car. Of course, Owens is just pissed off that Rhodes teamed with Reigns at Bad Blood after everything, all his friends helped him to finish his pathetic story. Rhodes still wound up teaming up with Reigns at Bad Blood. And then Owens said that the American Nightmare was always more entertaining as Stardust anyways, no matter how many title matches he wins. And then Rhodes said, you know what, I'm going to go talk to Kevin Owens now. I'm not going to wait around. He dropped the WWE title in the ring, goes backstage trying to find Owens in the parking lot, but it was a trap. The prize fighter attacked Rhodes from behind, beat him down. The actions went all the way back into the ring. Security showed up. They're trying to pull these two guys apart. They finally do. Rhodes' arms are restrained behind his back, and Owens breaks free, grabs the title, and smashes it in Rhodes' face. Rhodes sells it like he's been just murdered. He's just dead in the ring. Great sell by Rhodes. That's how the show went off the air, and I'm just really looking forward to this title match. Again, I do not think Cody Rhodes is losing the title to Kevin Owens tomorrow night, but this storyline has worked for me. This has been, since all the way back to Bad Blood when Kevin Owens started losing his mind. He lost to Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin. Now he attacked Randy Orton last month and hit him with a pile driver. Orton taken out of the arena in the ambulance. Have not seen Orton since, so I think Orton could be showing up at Saturday night's main event. I still am holding out hope, and I'm still predicting it's Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match sometime soon, maybe at Royal Rumble, maybe at another Saturday night's main event. I don't know. Whenever they want to do that match, that's a main event marquee match. So I just think the storyline's been very well done, and I can't wait for Orton to come back and see how he gets revenge on Kevin Owens as well. But that is it for the SmackDown review. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Saturday Night's Main Event review.